Well, hello there in YouTube land and welcome back to the channel. And today we are at Stubbs Harley Davidson and we have the 120th anniversary Harley Davidson demo day, and we're gonna ride, well, we just got done riding the Street Glide CVO. Now we're gonna ride the Road Glide CVO, the new models. And look at that, that's a beautiful new bike. It has everything new by Harley Davidson. Check out those spoked spoke cast wheels. They're a different type of wheel. It has spokes but no tubes. That's awesome. It has Brembo brakes, right? Check out all these components. They have the grips, the floorboards, the pedals, everything is special. Even the passenger pegs, the Rockford pause gate. Check out the color on that beautiful satin finish on the exhaust. That's awesome. Check out the seat. Also CVO. Everything is premium. And that's why it costs a lot. But let's see how it's like to ride. It has a 121 inch cubic inch engine. Ooh. Well, first thing you're gonna notice is this one feels heavy. It was supposed to be better than the other one, but just by getting on it, it does feel a lot heavier than the Street Glide, which is funny because on the older models, it was the other way around. So I guess this whole fairing, top heavy fairing, and the same thing, the infotainment system is way over there. I really don't like the look of this bike, but we have to compare it, right? They came out with two new CVOs. We have to ride both of them. What language am I speaking? Oh, it was not my turn. It was the turn of the dude who, well, just stalled the bike. I think I'm gonna be the last one again. Look at that beautiful Fat Boy. I love the Fat Boy. So I don't know how to change the modes, and it's in road mode. I want to put it in sport, but it doesn't change anything. It just moves all the information over there. I don't know how to do that. All right, so it's my turn now. Well, it doesn't feel as nimble. It feels pretty big. I don't know if it's the handlebars. I don't know if it's just the big fairing mounted on the chassis. But I mean, the Street Glide felt very nimble. This one feels very heavy, very top heavy, but not only top heavy, just feels heavy, which is weird. And I hate these ape hangers things. So far, I am not really convinced. And then put it into neutral. It was also a little bit harder than on the other one. I don't know if it's something with the clutch, because on the Street Glide I had no trouble finding neutral. Look at my bike. That's a beautiful Street Glide. Goodbye, Black Pearl. I'm not trading you in yet, so don't feel bad. Okay, so nope, this bike does not feel as nimble as the other one. Oh, I forgot to check the mirrors. There we go. Ooh, my microphone is moving. I hope we're recording some good audio because the tape on the microphone is loose. So these bikes also have the turn signals here that are self-canceling. That's a Harley thing, and I think it's good for Harley to, even though that they're changing everything to keep it Harley, not like they did on the Pan America and the new Sportster models where everything is like all the other manufacturers. Man, the road here is so slippery. So that's a good thing for Harley. Okay. Oh, the way this one drops is also very good. But even when you accelerate, even though you feel a lot of power, this bike feels a lot heavier than the other one. I don't know why. And then the seating position, these handlebars, oh my god. These handlebars are like way too close to my body. So they're like ape hangers. But they're not up here, they're here, but they're like, I'm too close. I feel like I need some space. This is such a weird position to be in. like having my hands almost next to my chin, and or parallel to my chin. That's a weird position to be in. And yeah, I mean, the way this one handles is not good. It feels heavy. How many times do I have to say that it feels heavy? And then another thing that is weird, because of the positions of your hands, you have to reach to get the levers, brake lever and clutch lever. So you have to change them to another position so you can feel natural, because this is not natural at all. Now the same thing as on the other one, the back brake is great, so you don't even have time to engage the front brake, because by the time you engage it, the bike already stopped, so you don't know if the front brake is good or not on this demo day, unless you stop using the back brake. But I don't have any control, especially in slow maneuvers, if I don't use the back brake, so I'm not going to try it. I'm not going to try it and drop it and be the guy who dropped the Road Glide CVO, a $40,000 bike. Anyway, so all the components are very similar to the Street Glide and quality and everything. So the only difference between Road Glide and Street Glide is going to be the fairing. One is mounted on the chassis, and the other one's mounted on the fork. Supposedly this one will be the sportier one. That's the one they use on the King of the Baggers. But from these new CVOs, I don't think that this one is sportier than the Street Glide. Not at all. You would have to change a lot of things to make this one feel sportier. So far it's I am not really liking this bike. Even if they would say you want to trade yours for this one, I mean, obviously I would be stupid not to because of the price. But what I would do is I would sell this bike and get me back into my regular Street Glide, and then just keep the money, because I would rather drive that one than this one. I don't really enjoy this position. I hate the look of it, and even though it's very premium, this is not a bike I would like. And then add to that this engine doesn't give you the same character as the old Milwaukee 8. I would never trade this mine for this one. I would rather have that fat boy in front of me. So it's not a bad bike. Another thing is the same thing as on the Street Glide, is that the seat, it's a little bit on the tough side, on the stiff side, and then it keeps you in that position. There's no way to move around on it. So for a touring bike, this would not be a great touring bike. I don't know. Maybe if they change the whole ergonomics, maybe you go on the dealer, they can swap these handlebars for something different, something sportier that you can. So far, I'm not enjoying myself on this one. It's so weird because it's like basically the same thing, but just a few minor changes and you destroy the bike. They destroyed this bike. This is terrible. Even the old Road Glide didn't feel like this. Ergonomic wise, I felt more comfortable, and I felt that it was easier to maneuver the old Road Glide than the Street Glide. The reason I went Street Glide is the looks. But this one, the riding, it's not a comfortable place to be in. And then the whole feeling of the heaviness of the bike, not really a fan. Not really a fan. So I don't feel, or haven't felt, even though we went on the freeway a little bit, I didn't feel any buffeting, so that's good. The whole idea that they went on a wind tunnel and to design these bikes is true. You don't feel any wind buffeting anymore on these bikes, so that's awesome. Hopefully they get the design down to the regular models, because that would be a great one to have, right? But if you can just keep the other engine, because I don't want to be going really crazy fast on a Harley. I'd rather have the 107. Obviously the 114 or a 117 would be great, but I'd rather have the old Milwaukee 8 engine than these engines. Oh my god, I don't feel any control on this bike. Maybe you'd have to learn how to ride it, but I hate when people say that on my videos. When I say, well, this is not an easy bike to ride. Well, you have to learn how to ride it. Yes, and that's what I mean. It's not an easy bike to ride. I have to learn how to ride it. I don't want to learn how to ride a bike if I already know how to ride bikes. Why do I have to learn how to ride a specific bike, right? That is going to be so different from every other bike because it's not well built, right? It's not like it's better built. You have to ride the Honda RC 3V, whatever the MotoGP bike's name is. Yeah, I get it, but that's not that. Okay. What else about this bike? So suspension is very sporty, just like on the Street Glide, and that's not bad. The tires, we haven't talked about the tires, and the tires feel good. Feel really good, very sporty on these two bikes. But it's just a different experience altogether. The older versions of the Harleys than these. It's a good thing that I rode the Street Glide before I rode this one, because if it were only this one that I would have ridden, I would have hated Harley for going this route. Because this bike does not feel better than the older ones. But the Street Glide does. Because the engine is faster, it's lighter, all of the components are better, the braking, the suspension, everything is better. It's just the design of this one, well, they missed it. Especially coming down from the other one that just feels so heavy, and the other one feels so light. It's just unbelievable. It's night and day. Night and day. This one I don't even want to ride it fast. Or maybe I do. And maybe that's where this one shines. Right? I don't think so with this handlebars, but the whole chassis, the fairing being mounted on the chassis supposedly is a sportier type of design. I mean, you've never seen a sport bike with the fairing mounted on the fork, have you? Because I haven't. I know I haven't. All super bikes, super sports, all sport bikes have the fairing mounted on the chassis, not on the forks. So that's the whole idea of this bike. But being so top heavy, you can just, I don't know. And then these ape hangers, maybe old school Harley guys, they like them and they think like, oh, this is the way to go. But for me, nope, not at all, not at all. And then, I don't know if the engine is starting to get hot, it's just my nerves. So yeah, the whole thing about the engine, maybe I'm talking out of my ass because I just like the character of that one, but who doesn't like to go fast? And who doesn't like to go faster? So I certainly do. I certainly do want to go faster than other people. Yeah, you do feel all that torque coming in. So that's not bad. I mean, maybe I'm being too harsh on this bike. Just because it feels top heavy when it's in slow maneuvers. Once you get it going, you don't feel it, and it's actually pretty nimble. But you have to ride it differently. You can't ride it like this. You have to ride it like that, right? With your gut, like you have to be a Harley guy. Man, that back brake is so good. Let's try the front brake now without it. Nope. Even though it's a Brembo brake, that brake is so much better than the front brake on this bike. And I think it's the same on both CVO models. Well, I have to congratulate Harley on taking a chance and doing something new, because it's been a while since they updated the Street Glide and the Road Glide. So it's a good thing. I mean, I'm not a fan of the Road Glide anyway, so I don't care what they do with the Road Glide. And what they did with the Street Glide is a home run, so yeah, keep it up. I'm pretty sure if you want to get more character out of the engine, you can by just putting on some pipes. But yeah, this one, I mean, I don't know if you saw that right there. It felt like it was going to drop. And for a new bike, I don't like having that sensation. I want to have like I felt on the K1600 from BMW. Did the bike just stay there every time you stopped? You could just stop and then put your feet down. On this one, you have to be careful. Well, that is it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you liked the video, so give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button, and share it with all your friends. If you don't like the video, well, share it with all your enemies. And I'll see you guys on the next one.